We are the living embodiment of a dream. Not the fairy tales and princesses kind of dream, or if you're into it, clean air and abundant sources of energy everywhere. We are at Codman Academy a waking dream, a collectively imagined site of possibility. We aim at high heights and then we hit them. But more often than not, the truth is we're in the muck and the mire, and we're struggling and we're doing the very best we can to deliver an outstanding transformative education for all of our students. My name is B.T. Brown, and I am the very proud head of school of Codman Academy Charter Public School. We are 345 students strong, 99% kids of color, 90% low income. 100% of our students who are graduates get into college. And 100% are amazing, beautiful, tremendous souls. I spoke about dreams at the outset because, like many of our charter school brothers and sisters, we are a school that was dreamt up by community members. As a founding teacher, I've had the good fortune to support our team to realize our dreams. For us, community engagement begins at our birth. We imagine a school that delivers a high-quality public education, that educates the whole child, and that uses the city and the state and the nation and, in fact, the world as a classroom. This last point is really essential. We are small. We are tiny by many measures. To deliver a robust learning experience to all of our students, we actually have to rely on our partners in our community. Like many of our peers, our innovation was born from necessity. So for a community like ours, where our population has been traditionally marginalized, it is essential that we teach our students about themselves. It is essential that we build out positive narratives about the languages we speak, about the foods that we eat, about the beauty of our complexion or the broadness of our nose or the tight curls in our hair. It is essential that we embrace our working class roots, that we see obstacles in our way as just barriers, things that we will strive to overcome, instead of impediments to our overall progress. It is essential that we explicitly teach for social justice. We say to our students, you are here to grow. You are here to gain new knowledge and skills so that you can contribute to our community. That's the whole point. So that you can reduce the barriers that you have faced so that you can also help those who come in right behind you. You are here to learn, to lead, to serve by challenging the status quo and remaking the world anew. What better way to meet these lofty goals than to actually get out in the world and employ them? So we have a wealth of community engagement practices, over 22 years of experience. I could talk like many of you for the next 4 hours about each experience. Not going to do that. I only got 2 of them that I'm going to share with you here today, all right? The first, I'm going to share with you how we engage the community in preparing for the world of work, all right? And then the second thing I'm going to do is talk to you a bit about partnering with local organizations so that we can connect our students to the natural world. All right, the world of work. At Codman, we've set out to demystify the world of work, to engage community partners in smoothing transition to full-time work for our high school students. In our internship program, all of our 11th and 12th graders take 2 weeks away from school to actually go out into the world and pursue a career of their choice. If you dream of working in the legal profession, you can go downtown to the Moakley Federal Courthouse and shadow Judge Patty Saras, who is also a member of our board. Or if you want to be a chef, you can actually go to one of the local eateries and work with one of the award-winning cooks who's at the Ashmont Grill. If you dream it, our intention is to get you there, all right? Many of our students want to go into the health professions. That's the thing that they talk about a lot, right? And it makes sense. In the city of Boston, 1 out of 5 professional career choices is healthcare related, so it makes a lot of sense. Our students are in luck. We are one of very few schools in the country that is partnered and co-located with a community health center. In this case, it's the Codman Square Health Center, one of our founding partners, who serve 150,000 client contacts every year. Our high schoolers are able to take classes in the same building as nurses and phlebotomists and doctors who are serving their patients, right? They have this experience of being blessed to be able to learn in a space where there are professionals who look like them, right? Who are from the same community and who work literally right upstairs. In order to increase the likelihood of success for our students in this internship program, we do a lot of training and support. So we teach the basics of professionalism before they get out there for those 2 weeks. This model is a phenomenal program. And it's one where the walls between the school and the community completely disintegrate. All right, here are a few of my favorite reflections from some of our students as they go through internship. It's always amazing to hear them and think about and work through this experience. All right, one example. Whew, I'm tired. I didn't realize that it was so much work to work with children. Does that sound familiar to y'all? Yeah, it's one of our aspiring educators. In this case, actually, Ariana Reed, who's class of 2014, who's actually one of our lead teachers now in our kindergarten. Or how about this one? You know about that thing about being a chef? I was talking about it. No, thanks. Just not interested. Not interested in that anymore, right? Sometimes the best learning, the absolute best learning, is when you realize that a dream that you had is actually not for you anymore, right? What better time to learn that than in high school, right? Before you go and get those degrees and pay that money, right? So for many of our students, doing a school year internship at the Codman Health Center, it evolves actually into summer programming, which is a beautiful thing. Some of our students go on to be pharmacists at the Boston Medical Center, which is further into town, or they do full-time work upstairs or at other healthcare facilities after they graduate from college, right? It is one of my distinct pleasures to go to my doctor's visit upstairs, Dr. Malika, and I bump into an alum. It's a beautiful thing when that happens. It was a dream we had that's now a reality. So we're not explicitly a health career school. That's not who we are, right? But we are certainly creating the pipeline for the next generation of healthcare professionals. That's what we do. And this is made possible by our intentional efforts at community engagement, intentional connecting to the world of work. All right, on to the natural world. So what does community engagement at Codman look like when it's connected to the natural world? Specifically, I'm going to start off with our youngest learners and our youngest teachers of them. So as part of their study in kindergarten 1, our 4 and 5-year-olds study the cycle of plants and the life cycle of plants. They do these little plants that they then take out in springtime and they plant them in one of our gardens. Our middle schoolers and our high schoolers have a chance to work with Farmer John, who is a member of the amazing Holly Hill Farms community. And he works with our students to ensure that they know how to grow food and that they can work on sustainable farming. Some of our high schoolers participate in an enrichment class that's called Urban Agriculture. And this is a class that is taught by another one of our partners, Green City Growers. You're seeing a theme here. Upon learning how to grow food, our students become food ambassadors, right? They can teach their family members about this sort of hidden secret in urban environments, right? So they'll plant, they'll maintain the plants, and then they'll harvest them. So although we have a lot of asphalt in our community, a ton of concrete, it is our mission to ensure that we're actually connecting our children to the natural world. That's our intention. It's also our mission to make sure that our scholars understand that they're also working for issues of environmental justice, right? And so in this spirit, one of our K-1 lead teachers, Tasha Harris, collaborated with Ed Yu, who's one of our science teachers, and then another professional named Liz Clues to design a healing microforest, right? Blank stares. No one knows what that is. A healing microforest is what they built. So if you can imagine, there's a vacant lot across the street from our school. It had been vacant for the 20 years that I've been at the school. They looked at that lot and they said, why don't we put plants on it? Why don't we grow something with trees? So they designed this space. And the beauty of it is that it's not just for the school as an outdoor classroom, but it's actually, there are no walls on it, there's no gates on it, there are no locks. It is a beautiful space that's for our entire community. That's the intention. Bringing this healing microforest to life required a ton of sweat, blood, tears, not blood, a ton of sweat and tears, there's certainly some elbow grease, but also an engaged community process. We had to do that, right? So specifically, our teachers embarked on this years-long process of talking to neighbors and residents, of talking to business owners, of making sure that we were talking to the Department of Neighborhood Development in the city of Boston to ensure that we were putting this whole piece together in a way that worked. Our next steps are going to include working with a local energy nonprofit to install solar panels on our LEED certified buildings. And for us, we want to take the charge of being stewards of the earth seriously. We want to shore up our own weaknesses by partnering with like-minded experts. All right, in closing, you all now have become members of the Codman community. Welcome. And I want to say, if anything that I said today sparked you, if anything was a thought that you said, hey, he should know about this, tell me. I want to know. So I want to bring it back to my community so we can keep growing our community engaged work. We need you and we need our community partners to be able to do this work together so we can go further together than we ever could alone. Thank you.